I got a bottle for a microphone, you hear it in my flow. I got a cave for an audience, you hear my echo. Repeating every single lyric from the bottom of my soul. I can rock it for a stadium or rock while I'm alone. Inside every single dream is a seed of doubt. And every man there's a boy climbing a tree to get out. And every woman there's a girl with a gun in her mouth. Except she don't aim it in, she's aiming it at the crowd. Semi-automatic, all we do is spit flowers. Let the army wear the armor while we wear our nightgowns. They tried to fuck us, but we lovers only laid on our arms. Rather die on our feet than lying for you or down. Rather die on our feet than lying for you or down. Rather die on our feet than lying for you. I got a bottle for a microphone, you hear it in my flow. I got a cave for an audience, you hear my echo. Repeating every single lyric from the bottom of my soul. I can rock it for a stadium or rock while I'm alone. Poured my life in the glass and all she added was rocks. No need to chase me cause she found me at the bottom a lot. Even a gallon couldn't put out all the flames in her heart. No one ever had her back, so now she's back at the bar. Her favorite artist died young, so now she's making her mark. Got canvas in the fan base, talented as the stars. But the practice and the passion just might tear her apart. But the practice and the passion just might tear her apart. I got a bottle for a microphone, you hear it in my flow. I got a cave for an audience, you hear my echo. Repeating every single lyric from the bottom of my soul. I can rock it for a stadium or rock while I'm alone. I never did it for a girl, I never did it for them. Nothing to prove to my enemies and not to win friends. Before poetry was music, my beginning and end. Never thought I'd make it famous, no, not even pretend. Be careful what you ask for when you're making a wish. I'm shooting past the constellations and I hope I don't miss. I'm shooting past the constellations and I hope I don't miss. I'm shooting past the constellations. They say you only get one shot, so make it a quit. I put my wings and my prayers on an arrow and let go at the heart of the universe to make her fall in love with me, and maybe she'll save my planet and send my heroine back to me so she can save me instead. Heal my hero complex, be my salami and bread. Said we gonna end war hunger with the rhymes that we spit. Plotting to fix the world's problems while we break in the bed. Because every revolution has something to defend. Be it lover or a child or something to believe in. Don't love to fight, but fight for love to the end. And scream from the mountaintop even if no one listens. And from the bottom of the pile like the shoes and the shins, to the sound of getting stomped, I'ma continue to sing. So close to underground that even if I don't live, heartbeats gonna haunt them, eardrums gonna ring. For the women and the children that remember everything, whether I said it in an alley or I said it on a stage. For the women and the children that remember everything, whether I said it in an alley or I said it on a stage. Thank you. I would start hip hop because that's what I know first. That's how I met poetry, was through hip hop. In that book my mom gave me. But you know, you're a teenager and your mom gives you things. You're like, whatever, mom. So I learned, I got into poetry through hip hop, and then later I came back from college. I think I went to Impress a Girl or something. I picked up the Khalil Gibran book, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is way better than some of the stuff I'm listening to. And so the mix of that, you know, had me fall in love with words. So the next poem I want to bring, sort of, you know, I had a whole bunch of poems, and they always seem to go by the wayside. But this one's kind of about being late. How many of you suffer with the same medical condition that I suffer from? Right? Don't. Just kidding. I was gonna say, don't make fun. It's a medical condition, man. No, he suffers too. His brother is a sufferer. Are any other sufferers in the crowd? It's a medical. And you know, the people in your life who aren't like that, like my dad, who was a Marine and doesn't understand how I could ever be late for anything in my life because he's perfect. But never mind. Sorry. airing that out. But I had to write this poem for him, and I got tired of explaining myself all the time. And so this was called Chronometrophobia. For my Outkast fans, you know that they had a musical called Idlewild and had a song called Chronometrophobia, which is technically the fear of clocks. So that's the name of this poem. Because she had always been on time, the foreman never so much as flinched at his forearm when she had to leave early. She's good labor. Not even a baby would make her late. 90 minutes later, I was born a month early. The lieutenant and my dad was proud that I was on time. Military time. For the last time. Growing up, I was always told time is not a suggestion, it's a fact. Non-negotiable, so I guess that's why I'm anti-punctual, because clocks make me feel like a hostage with the way that they're armed. Skin-flavored nightmares every day at black of me as public enemy, neck dangling from an oversized clock. This is the face of chronometrophobia. I'm on CP time, New Mexican and Indian time, and frankly it's sad that that's still not enough time. I can barely keep up time, and it's so sad I still need more. The leash given me by God, family, and friends alone, never by appointment and employer, except for the time when I was 415 Hakim on my name tag and schedule at Eddie Bauer, but I was proud when our manager proposal began with, he may not come when you want him, but he always shows up. I'm not the type to call out. I'm the type that's running behind. Chasing my dreams has me late for their reality. Chasing my future has me late for their now. So just know, when I show up a hairless, dressed, and stressed, it's simply because I haven't met my future yet. And when they say dumb shit like, well, if you would have just left 10 minutes earlier, all the lights would have been green, I know exactly what they mean. But when they say dumb shit like, he's the type that would be late to his own funeral, I have no flipping idea what that means. Of course I want to be late to my own funeral. Matter of fact, I'll be a no-show if I have any say in the matter. So what if I am too much heart hemmed up to a surplus of sleeve? Never cufflinked to, but covering my forearm foreman, so I never know what time to leave. Plus, I already told you my phobia of clocks. They just remind me that we're all running out of time. And I'm sorry if I borrow a couple of your seconds to enjoy the ride. I'm sorry I try to love everybody at the same time, and I didn't prioritize your deadline over my lifeline. I mean no disrespect, and I don't mean to take your time, but I mean to take mine. When I'm late, I hear me ticking, knowing that when I leave, I will not have spent as much time with you as I would have liked. Just like the conversation I haven't seen in forever at the markets. The, no mom, this is not a bad time on the phone. The yes son, I have time for one more video game. The third snooze, the cuddle for breakfast. The best part of waking up is laying next to me in bed. The 5 more minutes won't hurt that made me late to this. Hi, I'm now 15 Hakim. Pleased to meet you. And I'm sorry I'm not embarrassed or ashamed. In fact, I feel relieved. Even though there certainly wasn't enough time to stop for bathroom or gas, I just drove 85 miles per hour from wherever I was to be in your presence. And I wish you were all arms and unconditional instead of frowns and perfection, because I'm not God. But just like the folk in the black church say about their God, he may not come when you want him. He's on time. Whoa. So I want to end with one that I thought Mary would like, because she can hear it. Thank you for correcting me, because she can hear us. And I had one. It was called Big Teeth, and it's a really old poem. I was trying to bring it back, and I wrote it. It's like magical realism from a conversation I had with my grandma, my dad's mom, and I forgot it. I tried to memorize it all day. I was like, it's not. So I figured I'd try one of my newer poems that's in that book, and I just recently memorized it, and you'll be the first audience to hear me read it off page. So it's called Etta James. How many of y'all know who Etta James is? For my younger people, you might know her as Beyonce and Cadillac Records. But for you older people who know music, that's Etta James, right? And Etta James' life is really oftentimes plagued with the things that celebrities' lives are plagued with, which is typically too much attention from us and not enough allowance to be humans. But a lot of that happened in her life, and she dealt with all kinds of things: weight problems, drug problems, man problems, being in the record industry problems. And when she died, just a couple of years ago, I was doing a show at a jazz joint in Albuquerque, and they gave us like the slowest night of the week, like Tuesday night, and they were like, we need a younger audience, so we're gonna do hip-hop jazz fusion on Tuesday night when nobody's gonna come. And so we did my show. My show was like great, and we brought a younger audience to jazz, and it was very educational because we did jazz history too as part of the show. But I'm a music writer, I'm a music journalist as well. But when Etta died, we dedicated a whole show to her, and so this poem came from that, from the writing around that. So it's called James Etta, which is her born name. It's in the poem. The day you died, God stopped questioning his son's sexuality. 33-year-old Nazarene at a time when men fathered at 19 and grandfathered at 38. No Mary Magdalene, no Mary Kate and Ashley, no Mary Jane. There are questions in heaven bigger than does it exist, and it does. There was living proof every time you opened your mouth, Etta. Like a Black Sabbath, you had a voice that would make God rest on the seventh day. Just like God, patting himself on the back at the sound of you, we admire. Stare at you like our own reflection spidered in the mirror, hung over because our Sunday kind of love didn't quite make it past Saturday night, fractured, leaving us with questions. Questions like, why can't I sing like that? Questions like, I thought she was in recovery. Questions like, why do the most broken lives give us the most solid voices, the most complete, most whole, most holy voices? Jamesetta Hawkins, a name only a teenage mother could love, and she did. You and Jesus had more in common than single mothers and invisible fathers. Called your mom the mystery lady. And I wonder if they thought the same thing about Virgin de Guadalupe and her kid with the immaculate childhood, a different kind of prodigy. Had you turned around and split like your name, Etta James is who you was after you went blonde. After you were told to take advantage of your light complexion. After you were told to dye everything except your eyebrows because you wanted to look like a bad girl. You bad girl. Bad enough to make B.B. King sweep on you at 16 and addiction recovery by 21, going 5 days before your 74th, dementia. But still telling anyone who cares to listen that you remember. And when you were just a child, people used to travel miles to hear you sing. Perform your own kind of miracles in temples with money changers and prostitutes, a prodigy too. With a voice as milk and honey as the heaven you are from. No wonder we're still addicted to what you sung, because it comes from the heroin in your lungs. Been going through withdrawals since you've been gone, and now I'm the one with the weight problem, waiting for your next album, fiending without you because we can't hear you sing anymore. Celestial body, long before Hollywood's Walk of Fame gave you a star. We weren't prepared for your hourglass frame to break and leave sugar all over our floors. You said you sang the songs that people needed to hear, and Jesus was half people. And God was disturbed that his son kept a diary. However, God was damn happy that his very good-looking and very single son wrote this about you, Etta, in his diary. You sang. You sang. Oh, and then the spell's cast. Here we are now, in heaven, for you are mine, at last. And that was the day the angels got their voice back. Thank you. Thank you guys so much, I appreciate it. I have books. I'll be around. We have services tomorrow. One is a tribute to Mary. Olivia Brown, Universalist Unitarian Church. I think I missed something. Was there an O in there I missed? It's good. See, I frequent a Universalist church in my own community, and so and that'll be cool. And we're gonna do a Mandela tribute, but it's turned into the Mandela Mary Finley tribute because Mandela's birthday was yesterday, so we have a birthday to celebrate. And then tomorrow night there's an open mic. So I like to read, but what I like more than reading poetry is hearing poetry. So you should come to the open mic. I'll give it back to me.
One more time for Hakim Bellamy.